Welcome back, Ian Dark and Julie Foudy with you from the Qualcomm Stadium in San Diego, where the USA are being held 1-1 at half-time against Brazil. If the result holds like this, Australia could actually win this Tournament of Nations today. They have maximum points, having beaten Japan 4-2 earlier on. Sam Kerr from the Sky Blue Club, who play in the National Women's Soccer League here. She got a hat-trick in that game, in the first half as well.
And a beauty of a hat-trick.
Could have damaged her ankle ligaments with the celebrations, but it was spectacular stuff. Now, can USA go on and nail the win in the second half? One change at halftime. Tamirez has been brought on to play on the left of defense instead of Jusinara. There she is. There's a football in Denmark for Fortuna Hering. Rapinoe's latest corner from the left-hand side. Well delivered. Carly Lloyd with the header. Carly Lloyd, who's 35 now, but all the plans are that she will make it to the next World Cup in a couple of years' time.
And I think she recognizes that maybe it's not as a box-to-box midfielder for that World Cup, but in a higher role.
Here's Rapinoe now. Good run with lovely close control, and the finish wasn't the worst. Good shot. She got it on target as well here. Still 1-1 then between the USA and Brazil at the 27 Tournament of Nations.
Rapinoe continues to just take on everywhere on that left side, having her way. Just hasn't been able to get the back of the net yet, but looking strong and confident in that first half as well.
Here's Becky Sauerbrunn. Good bit of work there. Lloyd lays it back short, who's going through a bad period in the game, giving the ball away. Marta's picked it up. Short desperately trying to make amends. Tamirez, and then Gabinia trying her luck. Couldn't get hold of it.
And this is part of that growing pain. When you do switch lineups as much as Jill Ellis has, you're going to have some of these situations happen where Short been playing outside back before, now in the middle with Dahlkemper. A partnership they haven't had before.
US couldn't control it. Gives Brazil the chance to break again. Jennifer up towards Camilla. Never going to be a problem, was it? Our next US women's national soccer team match in the Tournament of Nations is on Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific on ESPN2. USA against Japan, another rivalry with plenty of games to resonate down recent years. That'll be at the StubHub Center in Carson, California, just south of Los Angeles. Little run up the coast. Leticia to take it. Here's Zanaretto. Gabinia to lay it back, and here's Androsenia again. Just sliced it, rather.
That back line a little bit disjointed right now. A lot disjointed right now, to be clear. Brazil getting some looks, and you just don't want to open up opportunity for Marta in those situations. A lot of space and time when they're facing up.
6 substitutions allowed. So far, Sydney Leroux, who's back from her maternity leave and back in recent squads, still hasn't got on in this tournament. Might we see her? Julie Ertz as well, who can play midfield or defence. Hasn't got a look in yet. Debinha with the reverse ball. Tamirez is offside. And what the USA can't afford here is another morale-sapping defeat. You can talk about experimentation, but of course sometimes all you find out is that certain players aren't going to be good enough. Guess that's part of it, though, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know, Jill would argue I can't see that against a Russia. I can't see that against a Mexico, so I have to see it here. But it does start to take a toll, and it takes a toll on you mentally. I mean, Alex Morgan said yesterday, we need to win for us. We need to get essentially our confidence back, and you can see it. And the other thing they talked about is more urgency. Crystal Dunn saying it took us way too long against Australia to have any urgency.
Here's Carly Lloyd. Deep cross all the way to Rapinoe. Swiftly crosses it back in again. Marta is back helping her defense.
Yeah, Crystal Dunn just waved over to the sideline there to get looked at.
And she took a painful knockover on that right-hand side just now, did Crystal Dunn, who will resume training with Chelsea at the beginning of next week in Cobham, just south of London.
Asked her the biggest differences between the English League and NWSL, and she said, we're so athletic and we so play this transition game in the United States, and there's a rhythm to it. It's more technical and tactical and slower, which she said has been super helpful and great to play with.
Mallory Pugh, left out of the starting lineup, the exciting teenager for this game, will now be introduced to go and play on that right-hand side in Crystal Dunn's place. Pugh, who plays for the bottom club in NWSL, Washington Spirit, for whom she scored 3 goals this season. She got a goal on her debut for the US as well against Ireland at the age of 17. Can she make a difference? Lloyd to pick it up again. Rapinoe, who's been the US's best player by some distance. The goalkeeper elects to punch it out. Lloyd's got a chance here. Blocked on the way through by Monica, who didn't know much about it, but got the job done anyway. Well, that could have been 2-1, maybe even should have been 2-1.
And Lloyd appealing for a handball. There she is again.
Here's the handball shout.
And here's the shot here. Hand right at her tummy. I say that's a good call by the referee. No handball.
Yeah, no movement of the arm at all towards the ball. Mind you, in the other game date today, one like that was given. O'Hara dispossessed, and the brakes on for Brazil here if they're quick enough. US trying to funnel players back. It's Camila, who got her first Brazil goal the other day from long distance. O'Hara was going to get penalised. Yep, she is. And a yellow card is given to Becky Sauerbrunn, who looks a bit dumbfounded by that. As are we at the moment. Whether that's a case of mistaken identity, she seems to think so.
I still don't know. I can't help you out, Ian. I'm just as confused.
Well, I've got to say, there's mass confusion there. All I can tell you, Sauerbrunn has been booked but doesn't know why. Marta take the free kick. Hughes' first involvement, win that header very clearly. It's Bruno Benitez, the central defender, who's come up on the left wing there. That's a good point you make, I think, Julie. Maybe the US are at the point where they could do with someone they can beat 6-0 just to get a bit of the confidence back for the goal scorers to start finding the back of the net again. They've forgotten where it is at the moment. Well played by Dahlkemper.
This will be a good little run out for Mallory Pugh too, because this is a kid who came in at 17 when you said she scored her first goal, and she didn't even miss a beat. She was confident, taking players on. So having some fresh legs that can take on and put some pressure on that back line for Brazil.
Here's Lloyd with that big chance a moment or two ago. Rapinoe, Sauerbrunn. More substitutions still allowed. We haven't seen Ali Krieger so far, and there's another young lady who could make a debut, Margaret Purse, waiting to be introduced, the Boston Breakers player, only 21, midfielder. Two more changes. We are going to see the deep-thinking Kristen Press we learnt at half-time coming on, the striker. And we are going to see Julie Johnson, that was Taylor Smith, making way. Big round of applause for Julia. I think the fans did want to see her 50th cap as well. And it's Alex Morgan who's come off to make way here for Kristen Press. Little mini drought for Alex Morgan at the moment in a US shirt as well, but that's true for a few of them.
And Julie Ertz immediately into the midfield, pushing Becky Sauerbrunn back into that center back position. So it's going to be Dahlkemper and Sauerbrunn at center backs. Casey Short has switched over to left back.
Short to lay it forward, but to nobody in particular.
And this will be great to see, because Julie Ertz, typically with the national team, has been playing center back, but with her Chicago Red Stars has been doing very well in that holding midfield role. And that's what she's going to be in this 4-3-3 they're sticking with.
Let's see if that improves things. So first involvement of the tournament. She plays for the leaders in the National Women's Soccer League, Chicago Red Stars. From Arizona, Julie Ertz. Missed the games against Russia early in the year for her wedding and honeymoon, so congratulations, if a little belated. Sauerbrunn hooked it away. Lloyd flicks it on. Press with the layoff. Mewis playing out wide to the right. Kelly O'Hara's gone to the right back position. Pugh cuts inside. It was a good move till then. Maybe the US's most fluent move of the whole game.
I was just going to say, a little bit better rhythm there. Finally. O'Hara just trying to cut in there.
Dahlkemper was caught there, but she did enough and trying to block the attack. And Bia Zanaretto has got a yellow card for that.
Here is that yellow card. Clumsy. Those are dangerous.
Quite experienced. Bia Zanaretto, 47th cap. She has got 13 goals. Plays in Japan for Hyundai Red Angels. Long ball forward up towards Press. It's a different look USA. The Becky Sauerbrunn experiment as a midfielder is over. She's back in more familiar territory now. It's a game, frankly, that could go either way here, though. Julie Ertz forward to Megan Rapinoe, who's given Letitia twisted blood at times, and there was a wonderful opportunity there, right under the crossbar, with Mallory Pugh arriving. Couldn't direct it into the back of the net.
And this is a Julie Ertz ball, by the way, into Rapinoe, and she knows with Letitia, face up and take her in line because she's going to have success. You can't get it much better than that, right on the spot. That's an apple waiting to be bitten. For Pugh, that's just got to be finished.
Another chance goes begging for the US. Jill Ellis will be tearing her hair out, I think. And it was a very good move and a lovely ball in from Rapinoe. Should be ahead. A couple of big opportunities in this second half. There's the skipper, Sauerbrunn. Lloyd dropping deeper, looking to orchestrate things. Good ball, Kelly O'Hara. She'll be happy, I think more happy on that right-hand side. Ertz, Mewis, all a bit tight. Too tight in the end. Zanaretto, all arms and legs it seems at times. She thinks she was fouled and the referee does agree eventually.
She's logged a shift today though, hasn't she, Zanaretto? She's been all over the place. Physical. Here's a look at it on the other side. Get a little tug first by Dahlkemper.
Dahlkemper playing in her home state. She's from Menlo Park in California. By Kelly O'Hara. Fed in towards Debinia, and Casey Short did her job well. That was the right thing to do, get that out of harm's way.
Oof, those balls are so dangerous coming back like that. Seen many put in the back of your own net.
Get the feeling the next goal in this one could possibly be decisive. It's a tight old battle between the old foes. Into the danger zone and a goal. Brazil take the lead. 2 goals to 1 up. Nobody was able to cut that out on the back post. And the goal scorer is the defender, Bruno Benitez.
No post players for the United States, so no one there to clean that off the line, seeing both, especially on that back post. So that flick is wide open for the United States. Bruno Benitez with a good little finish. Those aren't easy when it's coming off like that, to just keep it on frame. But man, that's why I always like that post player on that front and that back post, making the goal that much smaller.
So 6th goal for a country not picked up there. And you're right, Julie, she finished that well. A little bit more composure than we saw from Mallory Pugh at the other end with a similar type of opportunity. Now here is Pugh. The US staring down the barrel here, really an unwanted piece of history. 4 home defeats in 1 year. That's never happened.
And just think back 3 minutes ago when Pugh had the chance to make it. I mean, the difference those little misses make. And of course, this isn't a World Cup. It doesn't punish you like that, but you learn that there's such a small margin against these good teams. You have to put those away.
There's always a price to pay if you don't put chances in. Rapinoe to play it in. Lloyd couldn't get there, and then Julie Ertz with the header. She did well to get there, but couldn't quite get the power or direction. Enough to mark her 50th cap with a goal. All the others she scored for the USA, all 8 have been headers.
Another great test. I'm not sure they're loving all these tests, but another great test for the United States in these last 25.
Bruna Benitez, the goal scorer, the unlikely goal scorer to get it forward. Pia Zannaretto. Good effort.
Second ball seemed to be something that Brazil's getting a lot of today, and especially running at that back line. Just feel like the U.S. has lost a little bit of its swagger.
Brazil looking for what would be a first away win against the U.S. They have beaten them 3 times in history. Only 3 out of 34 meetings, mind you. Most recently in Brasilia in 2014, when Marta got a hat-trick. Oh, that's a high boot by Camilla on short.
Those are dangerous. We've seen quite a few of these the last few nights.
It was Marta, wasn't it, in fact? Beg your pardon. Once again, the USA find themselves chasing the game. Julie Ertz. Bit lucky that did find its way through to Casey Short. A better ball in. Mewis got a little head to it, hoping something might happen. It didn't.
And this is a good idea, because you got Short on that back, press on that backside as well, sliding balls in. But still just lacking a bit of that rhythm. You don't feel like it's cohesive. There's not a ton of interplay still between that midfield and forward line. I feel like this whole game's been choppy.
Yeah, it's like a ride through rough waters in the sea around here. There's one thing for certain: Japan, who played Brazil in the first game, made a lot more chances against them than the US have managed so far. Lloyd dispossessed. It's Pia Zannaretto again, eating up the ground with that long stride. Marta's up there with her. On and on and on she goes. It might break for Debinha. US were pretty glad that broke the wrong side of Debinha. Leticia gets the better of Casey Short. And in the end, Short can hack it away gratefully. Now a break's on. Press. That's a great ball. Pugh's in here. She can be one-on-one with the goalkeeper. It's Mallory Pugh. Oh, she hasn't managed to finish it. And Rapinoe couldn't pick up the pieces. Back to Kristen Press. Deflected. And Barbara just able to palm it away. It just will not happen for the USA. That was a fantastic ball.
What a ball that was, and what 2 saves by Barbara. But it all started with that ball by Press. Pugh gets in with her pace. This touch takes her a little bit wide. She takes away her angle, needs to cut in, or at least cut in and then find Rapinoe. And another good save by Barbara. Because Press, when you get her in front of goal, there's not many misses she has there. Good save by Barbara, outstretched. But Pugh took away her angle just a little bit on that right side, made it easier.
It's Letitia who's picked up an injury like this. Good strong run from the right back. Now, this Tournament of Nations is the first year of it, is proving a particularly frustrating tournament so far for the USA. Lloyd on the volley. I think her ideal role would be the tip of a diamond, which is where she plays for a club, a midfield diamond just behind the strikers.
Yeah, she talked about that. That high position, you still have two forwards in front of you, but you're able to connect the dots, pull the strings a little bit more. I think it gets frustrating when you're that high and you just feel like you can't contribute in midfield like you're used to.
Maria has come on now. Here's Marta. Now Camilla. She's thinking about that shot again. Ramirez came on at half-time. Done some useful work there. It's not away yet. Did Lloyd commit the foul? She did. And in quite a dangerous position. What is this? 25 yards out and central. You know who might fancy this, don't you? Marta.
That little grab on her shoulder, I think, is what the referee saw. And look at the vision of Nair. She's going to be right into the sun. That shadow behind her, it's coming down low.
I think Marta's going to pull rank here, don't you?
Yes.
I'd be amazed if she didn't.
Look at her. She's like, out of my way. Just stand close to pretend like you're taking it.
It is Marta. And the ball did its job. Looking to add to her 108 goals for Brazil. Free kick to Brazil. Now they're saying there's more to that. Marta's gone over to argue that that was stud showing from Carly Lloyd.
And you can see what Carly's trying to do. She's trying to fire him up because she knows this team needs a little bite. And she recognizes last minute, I need to pull back a little bit, sitting on this yellow. Right.
No yellow issued. I think that's what Marta was saying. You hate to see that, really. I hate to see players trying to talk the referee into issuing cautions. It's not a good part of the game. US with some defending to do here. They can't afford to concede another one. US won the header. It's come out to Marta. Maria. Nair didn't reach it. Came back. And that was Lloyd who got it away almost from under the crossbar. It's not been the best of days, it has to be said, for the US goalkeeper, Alissa Nair. Brazil threatening a third to rub it in a bit more. Androsina is the latest to pick up a painful injury, which it looks like she'll be able to run off.
And Brazil still pressing with that front 2 or 3 they're sending, recognizing that the U.S. just having such a hard time getting out of it. And the mistake that U.S. tries to make is to play out of it. Sometimes you got to send it long and then press your forwards high. And then start in a higher position.
Kemper's ball out of defence isn't accurate enough. That gives Brazil possession back again. Possession was surrendered very easily by the US then, alarmingly so. Maria. It's towards Rapinoe. Leading towards Bia Zandaretto. It's a bit of a lucky break for Tamirez. Here's Andrasenia. Plays for Houston Dash with Carly Lloyd. Andrasenia. Yeah, that'll be a free kick.
I know if I was playing in midfield right now, because I'm doing it in the booth, I'd have a vein popping out of my neck saying, hold the ball. You can't start an offense if you don't have a rhythm.
I'd aid you a lot if you went to become a coach, Julie. Don't do it. Here's Kristen Press. Good strong run. A very fine ball from Maria as well towards Debinha. Casey Short was strong enough there. That's good defending. That's a much better moment for her. Lloyd, but the US's passing needs to be sharper and more accurate than it's been. That's okay. Lewis getting it wide. O'Hara to play it in, and Press with a wonderful chance, which she's put over the bar.
You get in these situations, and this is a better build-up. Switch a play, O'Hara wide open on that outside. And this is the one area they've been working with O'Hara, is that service. Another really good ball in, and it just catches Press a little bit behind her. She almost got jammed in there, just trying to keep it down. But again, another good look wasted. And against these teams, what you learn when you play the top 10 is you cannot afford to miss those opportunities.
Sydney Leroux has come on, meanwhile, for her 76th cap. The last one was in 2015. She's been away for maternity leave, but was on the tour of Scandinavia, didn't play there, and hasn't played in this until now. She has 35 goals for her country. Sydney Leroux.
And you know the one thing Sid's going to give you, she's going to give you a big old bite, which you love, a boost of energy. Great to see her back out there.
My goodness me, how many attackers have the US got on the pitch now? A bit short-handed. Casey Short's come off to make way. It might leave them vulnerable to breaks. Debinha here. Marta sprinting into space, and the ball broke for her too. She was fouled. It's another free kick. The yellow card for O'Hara.
Going with three in the back. Yet to see if it's a 3-4-3, which I anticipate.
Yeah, that's just a little kick, isn't it? Just a little kick on the back of the calf. Well, once again, Marta's there, but so this time is Andrasenia, and this is a better angle for the right foot of Andrasenia. So will the superstar and skipper give way? Probably not.
There's Nair staring down that sun again.
It's been a problem for goalkeepers today.
It is just about ready to drop, but not yet.
It's Andrasenia, and that's 3-2 for her, and the USA surely sunk here. 12 minutes left, and Brazil 3-1 up. Great free kick.
And there's Nair. You can see her looking over that sun, and that's a good ball. That is a great ball. You can see when it's coming over. She just hit that very well.
I don't think Nair would have got that on a cloudy day.
No.
It's a great free kick by Andrasenia. Good skill. Well.
And that's the challenge of that three-back, which they had gone to, is you get yourself caught a little bit, and you, of course, you're taking a risk, but you get caught in transition, and there they did. Had to give up that foul to slow Marta down, and it got punished for it in the end. And that's what good teams do in those situations. They finish those opportunities.
US needing 2 in the last 11 minutes of the game to salvage something here. They have created chances, and they've continued to waste them. almost criminally on occasions, you'd have to say, and from players who are pretty good usually at that. Now then, Press, lovely turn! Oh, great goal! Kristen Press, US are back in it! That was a wonderful goal.
And what a beauty that is. Press, who just missed the header, takes this little turn, sees a half window, and says, I'm going to sneak this into the near post here. Barbara gets a hand on it, but too much on it for her to keep that one out of the back of the net, and it couldn't have come at a more perfect time, because now they feel like they have a chance. 10 minutes to go, a goal down.
Could be a frantic last 10 minutes here. 43rd international goal for Kristen Press, who averages one just about every other game. 6 goals she scored in games in California for the US. Still time. This could be good, this finish here. Rapinoe to play it in, and that was not the one she was really looking for. Barbara.
No, in Brazil playing such a high line, I think coming in with another bend the other way, dropping it into that space.
Marta to pick it up again. 3 goals and she hasn't got one of them. That's a little bit unusual. And on and on and on and on she goes. She nearly got one then. That time Naya did make a good save. That was on its way unless the goalkeeper got there.
And here's the beauty of Marta. She can turn a game on its head. Nair, great save. That one almost snuck underneath her.
The defender Andrea Rosa to replace Debinia. Had a good game, Debinia.
Still no back post or near post player. Saw how Brazil punished him on the back post and the prior corner kick.
This time it's easy to clear. It's only Kristen Press's 2nd goal of the calendar year. She has been in double figures for the US for each of the last 3 years before this one. Camilla, not this time for her. A draw would feel like a win for the US now, I would say. O'Hara, he trying to lay it forward. Brazil reaching out for what would be their first away win, remember, in the US at what would be the 19th attempt. They've lost 16 of the previous 18 visits to this country. Here's Becky Sauerbrunn. Free kick. Foul for Marta by the look of it. And I think that yellow was for dissent. Plenty going on out there at the moment. Rapinoe plays this one in. Lloyd's header. The ball was behind her. It was a clever attempt, really. One eye on the clock as well now. The USA bottom of the group in the Tournament of Nations going into this one. Play on, says the referee. Press. Lovely ball to Rapinoe. and it's in! Here's the equaliser! Barbara beaten on the near post, and the USA out of jail! Megan Rapinoe with the strike! Well, how about this? Well, her performance has deserved a goal.
And again, the ball by Press. Look at this first touch. That is perfect. And Barbara, for the second time, beaten on that near post. She gets cheating just a little bit. She starts to come inside, and she catches her on her off foot. So much pace on that, but what a first touch by Rapinoe to even put her in that position.
Ali Lung's going to come on in a moment as well, and that breaks her goal drought. Hadn't scored since the World Cup in 2015, Megan Rapinoe for the USA, since she got 2 against Australia. Ali Lung replacing Lewis. That's a like-for-like switch in central midfield. The USA can't go on and win this now, can they?
5 minutes is a long time.
Wednesday, 2:30 Eastern, ICC, presented by Heineken on ESPN2 as Manchester United take on Sampdoria in Dublin. You can stream it live on the ESPN app as well. Ludmila's come on for Bia Zannaretto in the latest Brazilian change. Ludmila, who started the first game, she scored against Germany in Brazil's only recent defeat earlier on this month. Sauerbrunn to play this one forward. Stage like this, Australia will win the Tournament of Nations even before the last game. Marta's down injured. And we can get our breath back a little bit. It's been a frantic finish.
Here's what happened on that clear. That was Sauerbrunn coming through.
I think a wrist just caught Marta or something like that on the follow through, didn't? Marta's coming back out there. It's okay. What a relief for Jill Ellis to see her team recover. US have made a lot of chances in this game without taking them, but the last 2 have been taken. I think US do look better with Becky Sauerbrunn back in defence, and Julie Ertz going through a fair bit of work since she came on in midfield. O'Hara here. There's the US's way. Towards Long. He's trying to find where the ball is. Sydney Leroux tried to get in. Barbara grabs that one.
Calling it a quarter kick, saying it was already out of bounds.
Listen to the crowd here in San Diego. It's a good crowd too as well.
Lots of targets for the United States to choose from. Long, of course, one of them. Ertz, another sub that came in off the bench in midfield. Ertz's 8 goals all have come on headers.
This will be a good time for the 9th one. Didn't quite find her way. It comes out here to Sauerbrunn, who's never scored for the US. Back in by Pugh. And Brazil scrambling it away. Back to Rapinoe. Kelly O'Hara. Across the near post. Bouncing around. Down to goal. Julie Ertz strikes it home. And the USA have come back from nowhere to lead 4-3. Astonishing turnaround in San Diego.
How about that? Her first one, number 9, and it didn't come with her head. It starts with Rapinoe finding O'Hara in a beautiful whip ball with pace. When you put it in with that much pace, those deflections that come off, you know, are coming to one of you. What a great finish by Ertz. How about this? 4-3, and this game is still going on.
3 goals in 9 minutes for the USA. Brazil don't know what's hit them. There they were, sitting apparently on easy street on their way to a first ever win in the US. But this American team has woken up, and how, in the last few minutes.
How symptomatic is this of what we've seen with Brazil over the years? They get so close. It takes me back to that 122nd minute, which we started the telecast with, Ian. You get so close, and they take a breath, and they just can't finish it off. But all the credit to the United States, pressing, pushing, staying confident in the end. Could have easily, when they scored that third goal, Brazil, mentally been in the tanker, and they fought back.
This isn't over yet, though. Is there going to be another twist in the tail? Brazil will try to engineer one. Naya feeling very, very relieved. A day that started with her conceding a bit of a shocker after 70 seconds. Megan Rapinoe's going to come off now. She's played another starring role. Impossible for me to believe there can ever be a starting lineup for any major game for the US without Megan Rapinoe. Not in the form she's been showing anyway.
Yeah, absolutely the player of the match today, too, for me.
To be replaced by Lynn Williams, getting her first involvement in the tournament. She did get the winner against Germany, and only her 4th start for her country. Plays for North Carolina Courage, who are doing well in the league, as we've been saying.
Looks like Ertz has dropped into that back line as well. Maybe switching back to a 4-back with Becky, Ertz, Dahlkemper.
Let's look at this again. This is how the comeback came about. It was 3-1 down. Kristen Press, 3-2.
And that had happened so quickly. That was the exact boost they needed. And what a ball in. What a first touch. Again, Barbara on that near post. And then it's O'Hara with this great ball across. Whipped in. Ertz there with the finish. As we mentioned, the first without her head. And the U.S. is back in business with this one.
And cue bedlam from the crowd.
And you wouldn't have predicted it 5 minutes prior to Press's goal. 2 minutes prior to that.
No sign of it, really. It was 3-1 to Brazil, and you couldn't really argue too much with that scoreline at that stage. Marta to play it in, and Naya has, at the second attempt, grabbed hold of it. There isn't much more of this, or there shouldn't be. There's only supposed to be 3 minutes of added time. The US want that whistle now. I think Julie Ertz has played her way into the starting lineup as well with her performance here. Jill Ellis wanted to find out things. She is finding out a few.
Yeah, I like that better than Sauerbrunn in midfield. I agree with you, Ian. Sauerbrunn at the center back is a much more calming force.
This will do the USA just fine. Got any sense they'll play this down towards the corner? They're waiting to celebrate. Look at them. I'll remember this game all right. Press. Brazil need that ball back, and quickly, and it did go out of play. So the USA can just let the clock wind down here. We're past the 3 minutes, and that is it. A quite remarkable comeback from the USA. 3-1 down after 79 minutes, 4-3 up after 90. Wow.
And there's something to be said about that U.S. mentality, that never say die mentality. Even when it seems like all the confidence has been sapped out of them, they come back in 9 minutes. 9 minutes, 3 goals. What a tremendous test of courage, and they came through there.
Still never lost at home to Brazil. What a game that was. Lots to reflect on. We'll be back to do exactly that in a moment. Diego, where the United States have almost impossibly come from 3-1 down in the last 11 minutes to beat Brazil 4-3 in the Tournament of Nations. And I'm pleased to say we are joined now by remote control to the young lady who scored the winning goal, Julie Ertz. Julie, well, how about that? Can you believe it?
Yeah, kind of, I guess. I mean, this team's resilient, so I was just super excited to get out there and give everything I can, you know. We needed a win, and we weren't going to take anything but that.
Coming into this game, you knew it was an uphill climb, Jules. 3-1 with you guys down. What was the lift you thought about giving the team as you came in?
Exactly that. Anything that I had, any energy I could find and give. Obviously, the first time I played a 6 in a while for this team, but at the end of the day, when a team asks you to do something, that's your main focus. So that's all I was really trying to focus on. And when the ball came up, you know, I wanted to blast it as hard as I could. Honestly, there was no technique behind it, just as hard as I could.
Yeah, it was a good finish. We're looking at it now. All your previous 8 goals for the USA had been headers. What a time to get the first one with the boot.
Exactly. Yeah, I know. Super exciting, and I'll definitely not forget that goal.
How much did the team need this right now?
We want to win all the time. So, you know, obviously coming off the last game, we had to get 3 points. So obviously it's huge, especially in this tournament, for us to grow and learn. And, you know, these are the games that help you further down the road. And obviously I think our main focus is going to be always 2019 now. So obviously anytime you can come back from being down is huge.
Obviously, we've seen you at the back for the USA. Do you prefer that midfield role?
Honestly, any position on the field, I'm happy to be. As long as I, you know, can give anything to the team, I'm willing to play it.
Julie, thank you very much indeed. Well done, a memorable day.
Yes, thank you very much.
Julie Ertz there, the match winner today for the USA. Here are the standings now. The United States are off the bottom.
How about that? Thank you, Julie Ertz.
And Australia top. They beat Japan 4-2 earlier on with the Sam Kerr hat-trick. So it's been quite a day for the fans who paid to see both the games here in San Diego. Our next women's national soccer team match is on Thursday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 Pacific on ESPN2 as US take on Japan from the StubHub Center in Carson, California, the home of LA Galaxy. And that is set up rather nicely here on what's been well, breathtaking day. I think the fans have really got their money's worth. They're still celebrating the USA women's team. Our final score here then, USA 4, Brazil 3. Next it's 30 for 30, a great story about Kentucky University basketball in the NBA. For the moment, thanks for watching. So long from San Diego. We'll see you soon. Goodbye for now.